Everyone, we have an update from Citizen Inc., which trades on the New York Stock Exchange under the symbol CIA. It's a diversified financial services company providing life, living benefits, and final expense insurance and other financial products to individuals and small businesses in the U.S., Latin America, and Asia. Please welcome President John Stenberg and the CFO, Jeff Conklin. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you, Anna. I'm John Stenberg. I'm going to give a quick introduction to who Citizens is exactly in the world of life insurance, and then we'll open it up to Q&A. So Citizens is quite unique. We've got three primary businesses, and the first one is a small home service business in Louisiana, Arkansas, and Mississippi. And home service is where you have agents embedded into the neighborhood, and they go door to door, and they kind of know that neighborhood, and they ensure that the most vulnerable citizens in our country and in that neighborhood have the coverage they need for dignified burial. The second business is in our international business, and this is about 70% of our revenue. And in this business, we sell whole life policies that are dollar denominated. And we do business there in mostly South America and Taiwan. And lastly, our third business is our newest business, which is our domestic final expense business. And we work with agency partners from across the United States in that business. So a little bit more about each of those businesses. The home service business, what's going on there is we've been in that business for over 50 years. So it's a very well-established business. And a couple of years ago, we decided that it was needed, some transformations were needed. And so we went on a pretty deep cost-cutting exercise there through two different transformations. And we're coming out the other side of those transformations. And on the good news is they've had a radical improvement in our fixed expense situation there. So a lot more variable, less fixed expense. And it's really put us on the road to profitability. It did make a hit to our sales, and that was not our focus during the transformation. And so now where we're at with that business is we're putting in some improvements to really drive improved recruiting and training and role playing and scripting and making sure that we really focus now in 2024 going forward on sales effectiveness now that our expense structure is much improved. In international, we're having a phenomenal year. It's just we're very excited where we're at with international from a sales standpoint. And the success there is being driven by going deeper in the countries that we're already successful in. And I think that's important because we really wanted to achieve the success we thought we could before we even thought about geographic expansion. And now that we're seeing that success, it does set the stage for future potential geographic expansion. So we're very bullish on our international business and very excited where it is. Lastly, as you may have seen in our first quarter results, we issued a record number of new policies. Now, that record was driven by the growth in our domestic final expense business. We entered this business in 2022, but we're really hitting our stride now in 2024. And we're really seeing sales booming and our partnerships really taking off with our agency partners. And we're very excited where we are right now in terms of sales. We've already hit our annual sales goal, and we're just charging forth there. We now have over 3,000 appointed agents in that business. So we're again very excited where we're at with that. How did we get so many agents so fast? Well, before we got into this business, we took our time and we went on a listening campaign. We paid a lot of attention to the frustrations that the agents and agencies were having in this business, and we designed our product and our process end to end for ease of use. And we're seeing now once they start to use this, they really enjoy our process, and we're getting a lot of dedicated agents from that process. This market has traditionally been served by smaller companies, and it's been a fragmented market. Now, why is that good news for us? Well, it's good news for us because it allowed us to design a new, modern, technologically savvy process for these agents that's focused on ease of use. And also, is the market has not been commoditized by a lot of large players. And the thing about a market being commoditized is it tends to drive down your expected returns below what we would find acceptable. So we really like this business. We like the returns. We like the growth we're getting in it. And we're also excited to announce that we have signed a treaty with a major reinsurance partner, RGA. They're one of the bigger ones, and they have decades of experience with final expense business. So they're a great partner to kind of work with us as we mature in this business, and that really helps with both your risk reduction and your capital efficiency. So we're on track overall. Citizens are on track for record year in sales in terms of annualized premium, and in terms of policies issued. And I think 2025 will beat 2024. I'm pretty confident in that.
So Anna, I think we're ready for Q&A.
All right. Yeah, great job. And congratulations on that. It seems like in the most recent quarter, Citizens increased the amount of insurance issued by 61% year over year. So do you foresee double-digit growth in new policies continuing? And can you comment on what's driving such a rapid increase?
I do see double-digit growth going on for a while, although not 61%. That'll be hard to maintain for very long. But the bigger we get, obviously those percentages come down. But I do see double-digit growth for a while. And what's driving that is kind of what I mentioned earlier. We're getting a lot of agents are kind of in queue waiting to be appointed with us. We haven't just thrown every agent into the appointment bucket all at once. We've staged that as we want to make sure we have good customer service and we have good onboarding, and we want to make sure that we do this in an orderly and smart way. But there's pent-up demand there. So that pent-up demand will help fuel that ongoing double-digit growth. So yeah, and we're just getting really good response about how easy we are to work with.
Wonderful. And which countries specifically do you foresee the most growth in 2024 and 2025?
So on an international business, I mentioned before, we first really wanted to make sure we were driving as much penetration in the countries that we work, that we have agency partners in, as we could. And so we've deepened our commitment to the agency partners, and they're responding very well. So the countries that we're going to see the most growth this year and likely next year are the countries in which we do the most business already: Colombia, Ecuador, Taiwan. So that's really going to set the stage, though. Once we feel we're getting close to kind of maximum penetration, or that growth is slowing down, where it sets the stage for geographic expansion. There's a lot of countries that have a hunger for conservative, dollar-denominated life insurance. It's a safe haven for a lot of people in a lot of countries.
I can see that. And it seems like the number of producing agents is also going up. So the amount of insurance issued is going up. So why wouldn't premium revenue also be going up as rapidly?
Well, so that's a peculiar aspect of permanent life insurance, where you sell a policy this year, and that first premium you get is really a commitment by the policyholder to make years, decades of future premium payments. So when you compare life insurance to an annuity, for example, the life insurance numbers, sales numbers don't look very impressive, but because you're only talking about that first year of what could be 40 years of premium. This might be nails on a chalkboard, Jeff, but there's a phrase in life insurance world that your first year of premium is sales, and all the future renewal premiums are revenue. Now, that's not how it works exactly in accounting, but it helps you understand directionally about life insurance and how it's different than selling widgets or an annuity where you get all the money up front. You're getting a commitment for a long series of future premiums, and then those build on each other. So if you have 61% growth, for example, in a quarter, that's the best leading indicator you could possibly have about future revenue growth. So, yeah.
Absolutely. What closing remarks do you have for our viewers today?
Well, Jeff, I didn't give you a chance to talk.
So here's my closing remarks. We've been on this conference call for, I don't know, it feels like a year now. And you guys have heard Gerald give some incredible momentum and talking about our business. And if you look back and start at that first conversation we had, what I would just say is this company is delivering. And it's delivering because you can see it in our earnings press releases. And as John said, and I repeat this, is we believe this momentum will continue. So
I'll say this. I joined Citizens in March and have had experience with a number of large players, New York Life, Ameriprise, Lincoln Financial Group. And I'm super impressed with this management team. This is a management team that is an execution machine. And as they say, execution beats great strategy all day long. I prefer both, but execution is really important. And Gerald and team have built an absolute execution machine. This is a management team in a company that is punching well above its weight. And if you look at the growth trajectory, it's a really exciting time to be looking at Citizens.
Wonderful. Well, thank you both so much, and congratulations on this successful update. We look forward to following you along again in the near future.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you.
All right, everyone, stay with us. We'll be right back.